fellow, let me start that again. Hello, my fellow, oh god, I'm just all over the place. Hi, trophy hunters and achievement hunters, there we go. ThePlatinumDan back here again, and we're starting a brand new game tonight now that I finished Indiana Jones, still working on Robocop. But, we're going to be playing one of my all-time favourite games and series, at least originally, Spyro the Dragon. I have already actually beaten these games, gotten the platinums in all three of them, but I love these games so much I usually, I don't know, once a year or so, sometimes more than that, I just do a playthrough, usually on my Switch, because I like having it as a game I can kind of take with me around the grounds, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to stream and play it for once on stream and just have some fun and go through it this way. So we're going to start new. I'll pick a new save slot. You can see this is the original save slot. This is from 2018 when the game first came out. Got everything, but we're going to start a new save slot, start from scratch. And we're going to go through the games in order. So we're going to start with Spyro the Dragon. Probably my favourite game of the series, mainly because it's the one I have played the most and know the best. I apologise if the game audio is a little loud. There was no option to adjust the game audio at the moment. I'm assuming and hoping there'll be some means to adjust it later on, but there isn't at the current time. So we'll see how we go.
It's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds.
But, I love these games. I love them back when they very first came out on the PlayStation originally. And, you know, I don't... There's so many remakes and remasters and everything out there that I've loved. I think nothing has matched my excitement as this. Crash came kind of close, but when I found out they were doing a remaster of these games, I just... oh my god. I'm so happy with them. They turned out so good. And like I said, no joke, like, at least once a year, probably closer more to once every 6 months or so, but generally at least once a year since these games have come out, I do a replay. They have pretty much always been on the Switch. I think on the PlayStation I've only ever done the one full playthrough when I first got it, then I bought it on the Switch, so I had a portable to play through it, and I've played it ever since. But I love it. I love these games, they're absolutely fantastic, and I'm very excited to play them again now. And I just thought, you know what, I'm definitely going to do 100%. I will 100% all these games again, or 120% in the case of this, and the 100% I think is Spyro 2, and 117% Spyro 3. But obviously we're not going to be getting platinums, trophies, because I've already got them all. So this is why it's a 100% casual playthrough where I'm just replaying this for fun.
Find dragons first.
Oh, don't worry, Nesta, I will find all the dragons. I mean, the button placements are identical, but I have to kind of get used to the controls again, just because, like I said, most of the playing I've done on this is on, lately, has been on Switch. The button placements are the same in terms of where the flame and everything does, so that should be no issue.
Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing?
Do I know what the dragonfly following me does?
He's helping and protecting you.
Yeah,
Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Cool. So I guess to go on a bit of history on these games. So Spyro 1, just opening that now for the flight level. Spyro 1 and 2. Oh wow, Nightbot, you're already kicked in. Are you gonna work tonight? Let me just... I don't know if I got that guy. Oh no, I think I got him. There's a gem. So it's supposed to go to a full history, maybe not the most in-depth, but a history. I only owned 2. I suppose when just looking at this original trilogy, I only owned 2. Excuse me. I only owned the first 2 games. Spyro 1, I don't think we got it the moment it came out. Like, I don't think I owned it from the second the game first was released. But I don't think we got it too long after. Like, I remember having this game, Spyro 1, for a long time. I played it the most. It's the one I know the best. Like, I know Spyro 1 very well. I'm not certainly not saying I'm a friggin' expert. There are still probably going to be things I forget. I certainly can't speedrun to get through it massively quickly. But you know, I know it fairly, like, pretty well. I can get most things without too much issue or problem. Because it's just the one we had and I played through the most. We did own Spyro 2, but we owned it quite late. I remember for the longest time I had the demo disc with Spyro 2 on it, and I would just replay the, like, I think it was just a couple of levels they kind of offered on that demo disc. And I would just replay those levels from time to time, just to get some enjoyment out of it. And then eventually we did get it, and I did play it a lot, but I never played Spyro 2 anywhere near as much as I played Spyro 1. So I know Spyro 1, I know Spyro 2 very well, and I do think out of the 3 games, Spyro 2 is my favourite, and I kind of consider it the superior. But I definitely know Spyro 1 more. Spyro 3, I think I tried it with some friends at one point or another. Like, I remember, I think, kind of giving it a go. But I never owned it. I never owned Spyro 3. I never finished Spyro 3 in any shape or form. I definitely tried it. I remember being aware of it, the skateboarding levels and stuff. I don't know who, I can probably guess which friend, but I don't know exactly which friend had the game. But I never borrowed it, I never owned it, and I never did a full playthrough of Spyro 3 until this game, until this Reignited Trilogy came out. So the first time I did the playthrough of this game all the way back in 2018, Spyro 1 and 2, knew very well, remembered it like basically completely, and then Spyro 1 and then Spyro 3 was almost basically a first time playthrough for me. Obviously now I've played through it enough, you know, being played through it yearly, I know it pretty damn well. I definitely argue and say probably still less than I know any of the first 2 games, but I can get through it without any real issue, and I know what to expect
The artisan's boss
for the
is through
most
a
part.
portal in the Dragon Mouth, but you're not yet ready, Spyro.
In terms of
First,
which game
you
I
must
think is the
complete one of the
best, I
other
think I already
artisan
said, I think
battles.
Spyro 2 is the best. I think it took everything that was fantastic about the first game and just kind of perfected it. Spyro 3 definitely has improvements, but I felt like Spyro 3, and this is judging it purely based on my Reignited playthrough, as again, I never played it originally. I feel like they put too much in it, like they jammed a lot in there. A lot which was cool, like, you know, the extra characters and things like that, but just a huge amount in there that just really threw me off. And I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Like, I love it. It's definitely a worthy part of the trilogy. I think they did a fantastic job with it, but compared to the first 2, I just think, yeah, they put a little bit too much in it. They went a little bit too overboard. They should have made it a lot simpler. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I still loved it. You'll still see it when I play through the game eventually, and this playthrough when I get to it, I'll absolutely still love it, enjoy it, smash it out. But it's definitely not my favourite of these games. So you may have noticed I jumped into the flight level first. That's because out of everything in Spyro 1, the only thing I really dislike are the flight levels. I don't know why. I can do them fairly well for the most part, like sometimes I'll forget the optimum path, or even just like, not even necessarily the optimum, just like what might be the best, or you know, half decent path to get through it fairly quickly. So there's probably going to be some close calls when I do these flight levels, but I don't know, I've always hated the flight levels. I just found them annoying. And this goes all the way back to when, like, I first played the game. Like, you know, I just find them annoying, kind of a hassle. So you'll notice in every world I go to, and this is just for Spyro 1, I'll always do the flight levels first. I I'll always immediately do the flight levels, that way they're done, out of the way, I don't have to worry about them anymore, and then I'll focus on all the other ones. I think Spyro 2 made them better. They can still be annoying, but they were, you know, they were overall quite fun. I had a pretty good time with them. Oh, I never checked. Hang on, sorry. When we get out, I'll quickly duck into the pause menu because I don't know if the sound is all that bad, but I know I talk quite loud. I talk quite quietly because obviously I'm playing late and everyone in my house is in bed. So I generally talk quite low and I don't want to be too high. So yeah, in every world I'll generally do the flight levels first. Outside of that, I don't really have an order I do the rest of the levels. I just, you know, I generally just kind of do them in the order the game kind of presents them into you, you know, saving the boss for last and whatnot. I definitely have worlds I kind of prefer, and I do find things get a little annoying towards the end, but I can do them pretty strongly. But yeah, I think the series as a whole, at least these first couple of games for sure, are definitely in like my top all-time favorite games. Like I said, I think if I had to pick a game out of these three in particular, it would probably be Spyro 2 would be my personal favorite. That I love and adore. I think it's just the best, at least out of this trilogy. Ironically, outside of these first few games, I don't have a lot of history with the rest of the Spyro series. Like, genuinely, I never really played a lot of the series. I didn't play the fourth Crash Band, the fourth Spyro game that came out on PlayStation 2. I don't think I played any. I think I tried Spyro Orange, or whatever it was, like the one that crossed over with Crash on the Game Boy Advance, I think. I gave a go. And then, the, like, remake trilogy they did, I never played. I heard good things, but I, like, never played that, like, remake trilogy either. You know, the Legend of Spyro or something like that, I forget what it was called. But I never played that. I heard actually pretty decent good things, and I kind of wanted to. But I just never ended up getting it, owning it. I think around the time that series was kind of jumping around, my family at least, kind of made the jump to Xbox, and we didn't have a PlayStation anymore, which, you know, at that time, Spyro was still PlayStation exclusive, outside of the handheld stuff, so makes it a bit hard to play it when you don't own the console. And then, yeah. But, I always love these games. Always wanted a way to go back and play them without having to worry about, you know, totally legal playing on a laptop or something. So, when this came out, it was perfect. Couldn't have asked for anything better. I was just like, this is it. Get me these games. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to try and speedrun it. I know I probably already seem like I am rushing a little bit. I'm not trying to, like, you know, rush it or anything. This is just honestly more, like I said, I know the games. I kind of, sorry about that. I know the games. I know what I'm doing, so I'm just kind of going to run around. You'll probably find there'll be certain specific levels I'll slow down in because I just maybe don't remember them all that well, or, you know, I just know I'm not very good at those levels. And for sure, Spyro 3, I think you'll notice. How am I doing? Okay. I think I'm on track. I think you'll notice Spyro 3 especially. I'll very much slow down. Just more in the sense, like, not that I'm not going to still be running around trying to get everything done, but just in the sense of, like, I don't know the levels as well, so I'm probably not going to try and run through them quite as quickly, because I'm going to be trying to be more careful about what I'm doing and making sure I'm not messing up as much. But we'll see. But at the same time, in saying that, I'm in no rush. I'm not trying to rush and beat these games quickly. I'm just trying to go through and play them for fun because I love them. They are so good. Hello, Gilders. Oh my god, the dragons,
Spyro,
like
my friend.
the saving
How about a
dragons,
hit on gliding?
You bet.
beautiful.
For
Like
the
the
longest
fact that
glide,
every
press the jump
dragon
button at the top of your jump.
has like
Try
a
pressing the
completely
action
unique
button to
design
drop down
now, a
mid-flight.
complete unique look. You know, in the original game, obviously there were hardware limitations and whatnot, so I completely understand why they did it. But you know, in the original game, I don't know where this egg thief starts from. I'm just going to start sprinting because I know he'll be there somewhere. There he is. You know, obviously there were hardware limitations, so a lot of the dragons shared models and just kind of had different colours and whatnot, whereas here they've obviously every dragon they've designed with a unique look, a unique feel, and it's just, oh, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. If you don't know much about the remakes, they effectively built the games from scratch. Like, that's why it is a remake. These aren't remasters, because they actually, you know, they had the games to play, but they didn't have access to, like, the original codes and stuff, so they couldn't take all the original work from the game and just kind of layer on top. So they basically, they did build these games completely from scratch again, just kind of referencing the original games. I do wonder sometimes how that works, like, oh, we have the original games to play, but we can't get the original files for it, but I suppose I'm not in game development, so I don't know how easy or hard it would be to draw, like, to literally pick up a game physically or digitally own and just get the original files off it, or how that would work. But yeah, it's amazing the work they put in. You'll see me do that a lot as well. I would say it is a speedrun tactic. I'm not doing it specifically for speedrun, but that is just a tactic where instead of you know, depending on where you are in the level, instead of trying to waste time running to the exit, if you just exit the level, it still counts everything. It's still like, oh yeah, that's 100%. Completion, and it's all good. So I generally, I like diving into the exit portal, but for me it really just depends where I am. If I feel like I have to run across a chunk of the level to get to the exit portal, I can't be bothered. I'll just go exit level and be done with it. But yeah, it's it was so well done. And the same thing with all the games, like just the rework they did, they have quality of life improvements. You'll notice I'll do the spark pointing a lot, so I'll be clicking in the joystick and having spark, especially towards the end of the level. If I feel like there's anything I missed, I'll be doing this to get spark to point to where the nearest gems are, in case I feel like I'm behind anything. Interesting trivia, that wasn't in the game originally. It was only in the third game. The spark pointing to treasure. I could be wrong on this, so feel free to look it up and prove me wrong, but I'm fairly certain I remember reading that was originally a reward. So in Spyro 3 you have sparks levels where you actually control sparks, and originally, and every time you do that you get like some sort of special reward effectively for completing those levels. Things like sparks will pick up gems further away from you. They're still present in this game, in Spyro 3 I should say, but originally one of the rewards was that you click in, you know, a thumbstick or something, and spark will point to the nearest gem, you know, nearest treasure. It's meant to help with completion, you know, finding all the gems, getting that 100%. But in these remakes, they obviously went, well, this will be something useful in every game, so they've just put it in every game. And
Spyro.
I think now in the third game, and I didn't know this, obviously the first time I played the third game, I thought this was the normal reward, but I think what they replaced in the third game with is Spyro Sparks is 3 for your health basically, so you have 4 hits total. 3 when Sparks present as he gradually loses health, and then eventually when he's gone, you take 1 hit, you die. Now, one of the rewards you'll get in Spyro 3, which I suppose I'll talk about, you know, more when I get to Spyro 3, is you can do, you can take an extra hit, so effectively instead of stopping at only 3 or what is it, a total of 4 hits, you can actually now take up to a total of, ow! I mean, that was my own fault, I just kind of walked into you. You can take up to a total of 5 hits. That wasn't in the original Spyro 3, they added that as a reward because they took away the Spyro pointing aspect, and they were like, well, hey, we need to give something else to it, so we'll give him an extra health.
He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run, run! I'm getting a little winded.
Yes, you are. Mate, I get a little winded just walking up a small flight of stairs, so it's fine. Alright, replenish that health. Alright, so this jump. E. Alright, got him. I'll have to work my way around again, but I got the egg. So that's all that matters. There's also another thing. Oh, it's not that. What is it? Oh, no. No, thank you. Too close. Maybe it isn't in here. Or is it in the menu? Ah, map, yeah. So, yeah, see in the bottom left corner a map's appeared. I'll turn that off. I generally never use the map. At the very least in the first few levels, in the first 2 games, I know the levels well enough that I never feel like I need a map. But that was a feature. I can't remember if that was a feature in any of the original games, and they just brought it to all the games here. I feel like I remember reading something that the map was present in Spyro maybe 3. It wasn't a reward, it was just an option they gave you, but it was never in the first 2 games, but then in this remake they brought it to all 3. I could be wrong. I don't play with the map on though. Not because I'm like, oh, I'm so good, it's just I've never really played with the map. I like the exploration. And as I sort of hinted at before, I think the only level I may use it in if I ever were to would be Spyro 3, because out of all the games, it's the one I know the least amount. So if there's anything I may as well use it for, I will.
Spyro. You can always check your progress by accessing the guidebook through the pause menu.
Sorry about that, I was just messaging someone. We'll probably stream for a couple of hours tonight. Okay, yeah, so see, because the exit to this level was right there, I decided, screw it, I'm gonna run and exit. I started a little earlier tonight. It's just me and the kiddos home tonight. My wife is out having a great night out with her friends. Absolutely deserved with all the amazing stuff she does. So once I got the kids to bed and got myself kind of settled, I had the house to myself and no one else to worry about watching TV. So once I was certain the kids were asleep, I didn't have to worry about potentially accidentally waking them up. I was like, right, I'm going to start streaming early. Normally I don't start for another hour or so, closer to 9 PM, 9 PM my time Australian, but this time I was able to start a little earlier. So I'll see how I go. I'll aim for minimum maybe an hour and a half, maybe push somewhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours, get a good little stream in starting off Spyro, and then yeah. But here we are, Dark Hollow. So obviously being the first world, all these levels are pretty easy. they're more designed to kind of introduce you to a lot of the concepts of the game, a lot of the things you're expected to do. So this level in particular kind of teaches you about shielded enemies and about big enemies. You know, giant enemies you can't charge, you have to flame them. Shielded enemies or any enemies that have some kind of shield or armor, you can't charge, but you can't flame, but you can charge.
But a charge attack.
And of course, the dragons you save, as they do a lot in these earlier levels, give you hints, and that's why the hints they give you, they kind of tell you what you need to do for these enemies in particular. Which is handy. Yeah, so I'm talking a lot, and I suppose I'm trying to talk in the sense for anyone who maybe doesn't know these games. If you do, then I apologize for my random rambling about it. But yeah. Those enemies there are kind of trick enemies, because they have shields which normally can't flame, but they're big enemies, so you can't charge them, so you specifically have to flame them in the back.
Want to know a secret? Use the action button when you want to zoom in and look around.
Thank you.
Oh, your secret's safe with me.
So I think in the original game, because the game was a PlayStation exclusive, they wouldn't say action button, they would actually say like triangle button, which is, you know, effectively. But in these remakes, because these games were going to be released on all the platforms, so well, at the time, at its first release, it was obviously PlayStation and Xbox, then it came to Switch later, and it might even be on PC now, I think. I could be wrong in that, but obviously each controller has different... The button layouts are the same in that it's always, if you're looking at the full layout, it's always the bottom button jumps, the left button sprints, the right button blows flame, and the triangle button looks. But obviously, you know, to save time and not have to worry about recording different dialogue for potentially 3 different platforms, they just said generic things. They went, you know, you have to, you know, press the action button, triangle. I don't have to light those up now. I just do it. Force of habit. But yes, they recorded a more generic dialogue that would kind of let them cover. How did I flame that guy? I shouldn't have been able to flame him. Anyway, that allows them to just put it in every game and not have to worry about changing anything. So lighting those flames, and I think the main reason why I tend to still do it even though I don't need to anymore, that's a trophy. So the trophy list for this game was pretty easy. It was basically every level, I think, literally every level, including I think every individual flight level had a trophy. Like, that was just how it was made. Every level had a trophy. Just some sort of random task or sort of challenge almost to do in it. I can't remember what they all are, but I remember specifically in this level was light the 2 bonfires, which is really easy, but even though you're playing as a dragon breathing fire, I'm sure there's a lot of people who wouldn't think to breathe fire there, so... All dragons found. This should be the last of the treasure. There we go. And we're out. I'll see, as we go in each level, I'll try and see if I can remember what the trophies were. I know on the first flight level you have to do like a loop around the bridge that the trains go over. I'm so sorry for the burps, I apologise, I had some soft drink tonight, so... I know the level that's through the tunnel over there, the trophy for that was getting to the secret area, which is the area the egg thief was in, so if you go for 100% completion, you're going to get that regardless. All the boss levels had a trophy for not getting hit. So you couldn't get hit, but the trophy was specifically you can't get hit in the fight. So if you get hit earlier in the level, it doesn't void the trophy, but once you enter the actual fight itself, you cannot get hit. If you get hit, no trophy. Which, to be completely honest, for some of these levels was actually really annoying. This level, anyone who knows anything about Spyro knows these dogs are friggin' annoying. Ow! So I'm going to be completely honest here, I may die. These dogs, there's probably some tactic to dodging them that works really well. I don't know it. I either try and quickly double flame them like that, or like what I did before, where I try and flame them and run away. I think the double flame works better. You kind of mash the button and you can generally burn them twice before they go. But they're just an annoying enemy. Because one flame doesn't kill them like it does with a lot of other enemies. It's like, you first burn their fur away, and then you have to burn them again, and not only that, they attack both times. They get up once and try and attack you, and then even once you've burnt their fur away, they try and attack you again. And what's also, I mean, not the most annoying thing, but just a feature of, hang on, there's a dog, yeah, there's a dog like right around this corner. He got me the first time I played this game so badly. A feature of these levels, which I get to, I suppose, make them harder, is you don't get I think outside of maybe one or two examples, you don't get chickens or like the fodder that'll give you the butterflies to replenish your health. So once you get hit, you basically have to get through the rest of the level with that health.
Has put one of his most devious in charge of the artisan world.
It's not like terrible or annoying, but it's just kind of like it makes me definitely, and I think a number of other people I've seen play the game, be a little more cautious during these boss levels. Because obviously, you know, you can't just go find a chicken or something. Yep. Giant scarecrow, it's actually just a sheep. I always thought that was a funny twist, especially when you consider the fact that these are very clearly like sheep dogs. So, I'm just trying not to aggro the other dog. Done! So even though I took a hit earlier in the level because I did that boss fight, the actual boss fight itself flawlessly, I took no hits. If I didn't already have the platinum, I would have gotten the trophy there. I'm just trying to think. I mean, we'll find out as I play through the game. I think the only boss level, at least I can think off the top of my head, that has the fodder, which I think is the general name given to these. There's like different ones depending on the level and world you're in, but they're the little animals that basically give you health. I think the only level that gives you the boss level that gives you fodder is I think one off the top of my head is Metalhead. There's one spot where I think like a chicken or something spawns, and you're able to get replenish your health. But outside that one spot, there's nowhere else. I don't know if the fight against Nasty Nork does. I have a feeling it doesn't. I'm not sure why Metalhead's the one level that does. But I know for a fact none of the other levels have any health replenishes. It's just get through it. But there we go. We're literally half an hour through and I've already done the first world. I mean, to be fair, this game, like a lot of the games back then, isn't the longest in the world, but I'm definitely getting through it a bit quicker because I know the game well, and you know, I'm just very casually non-stop talking a lot more than I normally would when I'm streaming, because I know the game so well. I do love Peacekeepers.
Stolen and turned against us. Please,
I think
recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure.
I think in the remake, I think just from the design of the dragons that appear across the world, I think I like Peacekeepers the most. I love it. Which, you know, they fit with the theme. The whole point of Peacekeepers is they're meant to be like the warrior dragons. So it makes complete sense. So something you can do here, I usually am just happy to just run up in. But you can actually, from a safe distance over here, just shoot the guys on the cannons and get rid of them. So yeah, you can see the fodder in this level, at least this hub world, is the bunnies. So they're what you kill to get health back. So yeah, my generally the order I do things is, you'll sort of see, but I just kind of, I'll basically complete the hub first. I'll go around and I'll do everything I need to in the hub first. You know, collect everything in these hub worlds, get 100% in it, then yeah, I'll do a flight level, because I like to knock them out first, because I just find them annoying. Trophy. So I remember the trophy for this level hub was, you saw how the guy in the tent, when I flamed him, he turned around and he pulled down his pants and wiggled his bum at me. That's a trophy, because that's kind of, I mean, I think there's a pretty decent high chance that's going to happen. Like, it's not really missable, but it is. But that technically isn't a guarantee to happen. It depends on the level. There's a random chance. I mean, like I said, I think it's a pretty damn good chance, but it isn't technically a random chance for it to happen. But that's a trophy in this world, to get them to moon you. Hello. Thank you. Bit of a weird hit detection there. Alright, there's a few things I need to shoot with this cannon. Boom. Boop. So these big metal crates, again, I'm talking for anyone who maybe doesn't really know much about Spyro. If you know anything about Spyro, you're probably wondering why I'm talking about this stuff. But those bigger metal crates, if they don't have a lock on them for a key, which those ones didn't, then you have to find another means to destroy them. So in this level, it was obviously using a cannon to destroy them. In other levels, it might be like you'll get a supercharge or something, or a super flame, and that will like burn through even metal things. It just kind of depends. Right, and the reason why we destroyed that, so we can get over here. So that's the flight level there, so I'll come back and I'll do this first, once I've completed all this stuff. Ah! Fell in the water, but I got the egg, that's all that matters. Hey buddy, Gunner.
Well done, Spyro. Keep up
Look
the
at
good
you.
work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some.
Just toast those.
So as time
enemies
goes on,
and
I'll probably get a
collect
little
the
bit more
treasure.
quiet, a bit more maybe reactive to what the dragons were saying. Obviously, I'm just kind of blabbing through my history. Not that anyone's asking me this at the moment, but I know there probably will be a question about comparing this to Crash, because based on the time they came out, Crash and Spyro kind of went hand in hand. I was always more of a Spyro guy. I liked Crash, but Crash always triggered a lot more anger and anxiety in me, whereas I always found Spyro a lot more chill and relaxing and easy, because it was just, you know, a collectathon. Whereas Crash Bandicoot was a platformer, and a pretty difficult one at that. I loved, I have a bit more work to work my way back around to this night flight now. I love the Crash Bandicoot Trilogy remakes as well. Never 100% platinum those, because it's just too hard, and I hate the time trial features of those, so I just never went through and did them. But it was good. It was a lot of fun. Alright. this one's not too bad. There are probably like videos you can watch of like the optimal path to do these levels in, like the ones where it's just, you know, so much easier. I tend to just follow kind of the most... I'm just going to retry that one. If I've already missed one, chances are I'm going to struggle to get it back, so I just kind of restart and go again. I definitely follow like this level kind of lays out a path for you. There's a very clear path, like you finish here and it's very clearly pointing you towards these crates and whatnot. So I tend to just follow the path that kind of lays out for me. It's probably not optimal. Quite often I'll finish with like seconds to spare, but it's just, you know, it's what I follow. It's usually enough to get me through. I can't really say why I don't like these flight levels. I know when I was younger I used to struggle with them a lot. Just something about them was just so I found them so difficult to do. Whereas now I don't necessarily find them difficult. I think I just find them slightly annoying. Like they're just, I don't know. There's just something about the flight levels that has never really clicked with me. I've always found them slightly annoying. I think they give me slight anxiety as well. Like not a huge amount anymore, but I think, you know, combining it with a timer, close calls like that where you only have 2 seconds left, they just give me a lot of anxiety. And not so much anymore, but I think back in the day, and as such, I just, excuse me, I just never liked them, and I think that's just continued to now. I can do them clearly, but I'm not a huge fan of them, I think, as a result. Ah, man. Make sure my guy gets it. See ya. I mean, if we keep up this pace, I won't finish Spyro 1 tonight. I'll be shocked if I manage to beat it within an hour and a half. That'll be some kind of bloody record for me, for sure. Still not world record pace, I'm certain, but definitely a record in my... I am interested to see, so we saw in my original save file I had a completion time, or a play time at least, of about 22 hours, and I don't remember the minutes. But over 22 hours. I will, especially because I think I've come to know the games even better with my, like, you know, literal years of replaying it. Like I said, just replaying it practically non-stop. Over the years, I'd be very interested to see... Oh, too far away. Don't know why I thought that was good. Got him. Get me out of this cutscene, they can still shoot me. Sorry for what I was saying. I'll be very interested to see, when I do finally get through all 3 of these games, where I landed in terms of, like, total time until I completed all 3 games, just how much quicker I've become in doing it. Like I said, I'm not going for any kind of record time, I definitely wouldn't hit it, but I'm definitely just faster at beating this game. Plus, I'm watching cutscenes, like, because I'm playing this, and, you know, other people who might not know the game all that well will probably be watching. I'll let the cutscenes, I'll let the guys talking play out. Just so people can see everything, so obviously, but still, even doing that, I'm obviously going to be going through the game a lot faster than I did the first time I played. Not only because I'm just, in general, obviously quicker at the game, but, you know, the first time I was playing, I would have been exploring, looking at everything, being like, oh my god, this is so beautiful, look how lovely this is, whereas now I'm just like, alright, I know how amazing this game, this remake looks. I'm just playing through it kind of for fun now. Hey, buddy. Ivor.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about?
How can
Ever since
so
you
many
were
of the
a
dragons
wee
say they
puff of
hear so
smoke,
much about? You've been stuck in a crystal. Or did you hear about me before you got stuck in a crystal?
I forget.
That's what I've always wondered. But yes, whether I play for an hour and a half or 2 hours, I'm genuinely interested to see just how far in the game I can get. I definitely won't finish the game tonight, Lord no, but I'd be interested to see, you know, if within half an hour I was able to get through the first world, how many worlds? How many worlds approximately do we think I'm going to be able to get through? I'm going to vote for maybe 3. It does depend. There are definitely levels I start to hit even by like the 3rd world that are just kind of, I do struggle with sometimes. I have trouble, like, you know, dodging the enemies and whatnot. But I'm going to vote. I'll definitely be in the 3rd world, maybe even finish the 3rd world before I decide to stop tonight, which will be pretty good. How many pounds is it going to take to beat me the whole game? I reckon still close to 10 or more. At least still. Ooh, hello. Where did you come from? I won't fly over that yet, there's no point. I sneaked up behind you. Alright, Boris. Ooh, you got a rope.
Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I'm the best you've ever seen. I'm totally not going to miss a million different glides at a million different times and slam my face into a million different walls. So you see how those gems kind of lead off to the side? They're kind of trying to, it's kind of a blind jump to get around here, and that's what those gems are kind of trying to lead you to. They're trying to sort of say, hey, you should go off this way.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled with a pinch of salt.
Nice. Got a chef here. So normally you'd come to like the ending section here and you would see this guy up here. And so then you'd be like, well, how do I get up there? How do I go and save this man? This dragon and these, get that key. That's how you then go explore the other way, find your way back and be like, oh, this is how. I obviously, having played it before I knowing the level, oh, okay. And that's good. Looks like he's pointing to the treasure spot out there, which I have to kind of work my way back to around now, but that's where I want to go. Oop. Yeah, I think in trying to replicate the world as accurately as possible, some of the hit collisions when you're doing glides like that are a little bit wonky. Like you can see there, I don't think I really properly grinded against the wall. I just kind of hit an invisible wall and it just kind of punted me away, but still made the glide. Alright, so unless I've missed one random treasure, which trust me, that'll happen a lot in this playthrough, I'll suddenly find myself like 1 or 2 points away from 100% completion. I'll be using sparks to basically lead me to where I need to go. This should be everything left over here. In which case, because we're not exactly close to the exit, I will just use my... Thank you. I'll just use my exit level. Just gonna have a drink. Don't forget to hydrate yourself. Nice. Alright. What's the next level? me, guys. Cliff Town. This one isn't annoying. I think it's a little annoying to 100% it if you don't know where everything is. But I think for the most part, it's not too hard. There's a couple of little hidey holes hidden away. This is definitely one where you finish it by exiting the level, otherwise you're going to be running basically the majority of the... If it's the level I'm thinking of, you'll be basically running the whole level back just to get to the ending again. Just to get back to the exit point. Which is funny. And one thing a lot of people wouldn't have thought of, which I definitely forgot and didn't do in the original game, forgot the first time I started playing this again, flame these. Because every one of these pots, when you flame them, has a gem for you. It's little things like that that I love, though. Like, I love that as a feature, because, like, it makes total sense when you think about it. You're a dragon who can breathe fire. You really should be any kind of wood or anything you're coming across immediately flaming it to see what happens. And in this case, they actually... Ow! How did you hit me? Hey mate, I need your help. Alright, where's the thief? This one's annoying because it's just such a tight turn. You have to be really, really precise in your turns here. There's only one spot right on that other corner around here. There we go. Where you can get him. The egg thieves kind of have like a form, I think, of like a rubber banding, where they'll kind of stay a set point ahead of you, but there are certain, not really rubber banding I should say, they follow a set path and their speed is kind of just equal to you, or like just the tiniest bit under, that it takes a while for you to catch them, but they'll follow a set path and there's always one or two areas. Oh, see? Look, I forgot the gems over there. So I told you, and it's absolutely true, I will be sometimes missing gems. There'll be areas where like they won't cut a corner, but you obviously can, so you can obviously go back and smack them one and catch them on those corners. So what's annoying about these guys is they can hit you quite quickly. Like, they strike quite fast, so even though you're charging at them, if you're not like direct on hitting them in just like the right way at the right time, they'll actually still manage to strike you. I think that's what happened with the guy hitting me on the bridge. Even though I was sprinting at him, I was going just not fast enough, and he still managed to take me out. Thank you. As I said before, I'm going to make a lot of comments and talk like I'm an expert. I'm not. See what I mean? I think because that guy I wasn't already charging, I kind of charged as I reached him. He was able to get a hit off on me quickly. But yeah, I'm absolutely not an expert. I'm sure there's some things I'm going to talk about that people are going to look, some other person's going to listen to me and be like, oh my god, you're an idiot, how can you say that? I'm just, you know, I'm talking to the best of my ability and what I've experienced playing the games and what I know. I know a lot of people, both just people I've watched online and close friends of mine who know this game 10 times better than I do and could absolutely beat this game 10 times over, you know, in half the time. But I know this game pretty damn well, and for what I can do, I enjoy it. Where's the lift? I'll just go the long way. Sometimes when you get up to a certain point, maybe it's because I haven't freed the dragon at the top, a lot of the time, like, a lift will appear. Like, you know, a little portal lift that'll just take you back up. I think maybe because I haven't freed the dragon up here, it hasn't triggered it. That's okay. Alright, Enzo.
Hey, what's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
You know what? I'll do just that. Another great way the game kind of... I wouldn't say it's that subtle, but another great way the game gives you a hint of places you can go and explore. It's going, oh hey, you can see stuff over there. You want to know what's over there? Just glide over and find out. Oh, thank you. Okay, there we go. Yeah, sometimes even though the butterfly appears, Spyro like doesn't get the hint and pick it up. I don't know what the trophy was for this level, I'll be honest. I'm not entirely certain what the trophy was for this one. Like I said, every level had a trophy associated with it. I'm not sure. I wonder if it was charging. It might have been... You know what? It might have been, you can't flame any of the vultures, you have to charge them, which is a bit more challenging. But... Okay, yeah, so that's a good example. You can see here, I've freed that dragon. Now there's a whirlwind portal here, so I can get back up here now without having to go the long way, walking around the entire level. So, I don't know if you can see it from here. Yep, there it is. There's the whirlwind. So if I freed that dragon, that whirlwind would have appeared before, and I could have quickly gotten back up. But I obviously didn't free that dragon. I think to get to that box I need to jump from here to get up here. Although to be fair, I think if I land on that platform I can just walk up. But yeah, it means I can get these gems in ease now and then just go boop. Oh, I jumped over it. And the reason why I want to be up here is because there's stuff back here. Now how you'd find this in the original game without sparks, I'm telling you, I have no idea. I guess it'd have to be you'd stand on a cliff and you'd probably get a glimpse over and see some gems and be like, oh my god, there's something over there. But if you weren't doing that, you'd have no idea. So, whereas now in this remake, if you don't see it, you can just trigger sparks. Okay, it should be the ice level now. It's the one down here, right? Yeah. Ice Cabin. I just love this game. You know what? It's nice to be playing it on the PlayStation. Don't get me wrong, I love playing it on a Switch. I love having that portability. But, the load times are a lot. Like, the load times aren't the best here, I would say, but the load times are at least time and a half, if not sometimes double, when you're playing it on the Switch, just because obviously it just doesn't have the power. If anything, I think the load times here are even better than what I've originally experienced them, because I'm playing this on the PS5 now, whereas the first time I played this was on the PS4. Plus, even though I have the dock to do it, I tend to play my Switch kind of almost exclusively in handheld mode. I very rarely have it on a dock, in the dock to play, so this is the first time in literal years I've seen Spyro on a TV, and not just handheld in my hand.
Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
I think you'll find the human version of me is quite large already. I can probably charge them, thank you very much. There's a couple of, I would say, not tricky in the sense that they're hard to get, but tricky bits of treasure on here, in that you can absolutely miss them, and I did. I think I missed them back the first time I played the game. At least I wouldn't be surprised if I did, but I definitely missed them replaying this game. And it was only thanks to Spark, and he's pointing.
Armor can make their feet very slippery.
Thanks for the hint. I definitely missed it my first time playing through this game until Sparks pointed me towards it. And that's the gems here. You hit them and they fall. Because to me, I looked at those and genuinely thought to myself, oh, they're like, yeah, they look like gems, but they're clearly part of, like, they're part of the pillar. No. And there's a few more of them later in the level as well. They are literally actual gems that you can collect. So there's a chest here that needs a key, and the key is on that platform, which is why I came here first. I didn't go further ahead in the level because I'm like, well, I need to come and get this key. And so doing it this way means there's actually a chunk of the level now. The first time I'm doing it, I'm going backwards, which is through here. Because instead of coming through first, because I don't think you can reach, oh, it's not that high. Maybe you can reach that platform without gliding. I'm not sure actually. All I know is that I always glide to it and grab it, and then just work my way backwards through the level until I get back to that point. Which, I mean, I'm assuming is the intended way you're meant to do it. But I guess I'll find out. Maybe when I go back I'll check. And see if you can jump on it the other way. So I'm going to avoid this guy to start with. Because you're meant to... Oops, sorry. You're meant to encounter him from the first time coming down those stairs where, yes, you charge him and knock him off. But because I'm going backwards, I have to kind of run around him. Alright, this bat is flying, following me, kind of following me. He's not an enemy, that's the fodder of this level. Where I can get the butterflies if I need them. And ta-da! I'm back here. But the first time I replayed this game, this remake, I forgot that was the case. And when I suddenly saw a bat flying towards me, I was for a second like, oh my god, is that an enemy? Burnt it, saw the butterfly pop out and went, oh wait, no, that's literally just a butterfly. Okay, yeah, no. It's far out and it's high up, there's no way you'd be able to reach that. So yeah, you do have to go from that platform. So like, if you miss it, like if you didn't see it when you went up there before, you'd probably come here, see it, and be like, oh my god, how do I get to it? And you'd have to go back anyway to try and figure it out. Which is, you know, what I would have done the first time playing this game all those years ago. And not the remake. The first time playing the remake, I remembered that, but the first time playing the game back when I very first came back out, I'm like, god, what was it, 96? Was it 96 this game first came out? God. Oh, whew. Dodged that by complete mistake. Hey, buddy. God, I have to look that up. When did the original game come out? Was it 96 or 98?
Where was I?
I'm actually going to take a second to Google this. Hang on. I want to know, I want to remind myself how old I am. 98. Okay, so it wasn't... I think I might be finishing a Crash, because I remember Spyro came out, even though they were all kind of considered synonymous with each other, because they were the two sort of mascots that tried to go for the mascot position of the PlayStation. Spyro came out late. Well, late compared to Crash, because the Spyro 1 game, you could play a demo of it by putting a code in Crash 3. So it was... Hey, bat. Really? Can you come back here? I need you. Thank you. But yeah, 98, god. I was 10. I mean, I don't think that's doxing myself. Saying my age. But I was 10. I was 10 years old when this game first came out. My goodness. God, that's a long time ago. That also means in 2028 this year it will hit its 30th anniversary. Oh, sorry. But you see what I mean? I did that without thinking because my instinct was, well, something's coming towards me, I should probably get rid of it. Even though it wasn't an enemy. But yeah, God, 1998. I can't remember what the other was. I think Spyro 2 was either 99 or 2000.
Some dragons thought you weren't ready.
Actually, no, I think, didn't they come out... They were literally 1 year after the other, so wasn't it Spyro 2 was 1999, and Spyro 3 was 1998? Let's have a look, sorry. Yep, there we go, they were. Yeah. And to be honest, I think that's what contributed partly to us not having... There's the exit, by the way. I went a roundabout way to get here. Me not having it because they all came out in quick succession. So my parents, obviously, who were the ones buying us the games at the time, didn't really think to get them. They were just kind of like, oh, okay. Okay, but you see what I mean? I've clearly missed. I've missed a gem. There it is. There's the twofer. Just completely walked past it and didn't realize. So expect that to happen a lot more. But yeah, I think that because like we had the game, and look, I certainly didn't come from a particularly wealthy family. You know, my game time was very limited in terms of the variety of games I had, because obviously, you know, you had to pick and choose what games you wanted, because your parents wouldn't be able to get everything, they wouldn't be able to play everything, so you kind of had to pick what games you wanted. So I think I too, as much as I wanted Spyro 2, I probably went over it when it came to picking games to get, because I decided I had Spyro 1 that I could just replay for a long time, so I picked other games. And then eventually down the line I was able to get Spyro 2 and play through it, but, you know, probably even more a reason why I just didn't even bother trying to get Spyro 3, because I was like, well, I have Spyro 1 and 2 now, what's the point? So what I like about those guys you just avoid them. You can obviously charge them and take them out, but as long as you avoid them, they can't do anything. So these guys will see ya. Such a funny and random thing. Like obviously, yeah, you can charge them to take them out, and there are certain instances where you kind of have to, like you kind of have to here. Oh, never mind. I somehow managed to dodge that guy. And he would have knocked himself out. I can't see a gem, so I'm assuming it gave it to me. But yeah, I always thought that was funny when I was young as well playing this game, that you could literally just dodge them and avoid them and they just throw themselves off the edge. Need to get over here, because there is a 25 gem. And then I need to go here, so I get the key. And then I can go up here. I always love these games. Oh, I forgot about how cool you looked.
You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I tell you one thing, he should watch his back.
Ooh, is that some sort of hint how I need to fight him? Let me just go over here. Oh look, it's the enemy I couldn't get to before. Now I've got to you. No, I need to go back to the whirlwind. But yeah, again, I'll probably say it a million times over, and I apologise for that, but just another kind of... I mean, look, it's not the most clever way in the world, but I think, especially when I was young as a kid, I always thought it was very clever how they gave you hints that way. I'm probably going to get hit here because I know the tactic. I need to burn his bum. I can't, he attacks in different ways on each platform though, and I can't quite remember. Yep, I can't quite remember the way he does it each time. So I'm probably going to take a hit, that's okay. Alright, last one. This is the one where I've got to jump over him. Yep. And down goes Shemp. But again, as you can see, you wouldn't have seen any in the whole time we were getting to this point. None there. There's no health refills in these levels. Which is fine, I only got hit once, but... And that's why it's good to go get the key first. Now I'd have to run through the whole level to get back there now, because you can't jump back up, so we're just going the exit level tactic. But yeah. Alright, there we go. So, I think, what was it? I worked out it was just over around half an hour to beat World 1. It was just over, a bit more over, a bit longer, but about an hour and... Still close to about an hour and a half, maybe 40 minutes to beat World 2.
I can't believe how hop aboard for the Magic Crafters world if you're ready.
Magic Crafters. So this is the first world. Absolutely doable, I know everything I'm doing, but this is the first world I remember, particularly when I was young, where I think I really started to struggle, and I actually found a lot of the levels quite annoying. Hang on, I'm just going to have a drink. Like I said, not hard now by any means, I know what I'm doing, but this was the first world back then I found, and if I'm completely honest to a degree, I think even still now, I just found really annoying. That guy never gets far. It's not hard or completely undoable, it's just, yeah, it was the first world I remember, even when I played in this remake where I found the first levels where I actually kind of got annoyed, struggled a little bit. So, not massive struggle, it's not struggle as in like I couldn't do it, it was just like, I'd take a lot more hits, you know, it was taking a bit longer to get through the levels, and I was probably starting to, even now playing these remakes, forget a little bit what I need to do, where I was going. So this was a trophy in this world. It's taken all 4 of those guys out in one charge. Which obviously, as you exit and re-enter levels, those guys respawn. So, you know, if you miss it on that one charge, you just go back. But I also find these guys that use their magic very annoying. It's not hard, but it's just like, really, this is their power. Ow! It's alright. There are sheep in this world, but I think they're only in very specific spots. Oh, that's on the ledge he raises. So I won't actually find them until I think is it around here, or is it in like the ending area, like near where the oh no, there's some sheep here. Cool. Oi! Oh nice, that was a life sheep. Yeah. This guy's... Those egg thieves are annoying. You'll probably hear me say that a lot. I'll just randomly be like, man, they're annoying. But all of these things are very, very doable. There's just certain specific things that, yeah, I find a little annoying. I'm like, really? That's what I need to do? Oh, high caves. again, completely doable, not a oh, that's right, I mean, this is where the key chest is, sorry, I gotta come back here after. Again, 100% doable level, just find it annoying. A lot of my annoyance comes from when I was younger, to be honest. As an adult now, having played it so much, being, you know, obviously better at these games than I was as a child in general, I can beat them generally without too much effort. But it's just, yeah, I think a lot of my, my kind of hatred towards some of these levels from when I was young never really completely went away. And so, I still very easily get, frustrated by them. Even when I manage to do them really well and quickly and easily, part of me is still just like, well, that was annoying.
This portal leads to a special place where you can learn to fly.
I've already done 2 of them, I know.
When I was a young dragon, earning my wings.
Learn to fly. Got it.
I always like to picture, because sometimes when the dragons are like vanishing, it looks like they're talking, it looks like their mouths are moving. Ah, that's right, I remember what I gotta do here. And I always like to picture, it's like, sometimes they're like annoyed, like that guy. I like to picture like that dragon, because it looked like his mouth was moving as it was vanishing, and Spyro kind of cut him off. And was like, oh yeah, you know, learn to fly, got it. And I like to feel like the dragon's like sitting there like, you little shit. Like, you cut me off. I always hated these mage guys as well. I don't know, I just always found their attacks kind of annoying to dodge. I'm so sorry if you're picking up the burping on this. I'm doing my best to try and hide it. It's I think it's a combination of a couple of things. I did, like I said, I had some soft drink and stuff today, which can, you know, usually lead, for me, my stomach to a little bit of, like, you know, gas, absolutely. I think I also, when I talk a lot, I'm just one of those people that when I talk, I tend to breathe in when I'm talking. So I'm intaking a lot of air, and that just results in me getting very burpy. Something okay, I don't know why I went up there again. I was in my head thinking to myself, alright, I've got to go behind that tower to get the key, with the key symbol literally right there. So, so look, I think speedrun tactics generally, they don't do what I do, so I kind of complete this whole area and then work through levels. I don't think they do that for a speedrun. I think if they're doing a 100% speedrun, they'll do the levels as they go, so they'll collect everything up until they reach the first portal. They'll go in that portal 100% completed. They'll go do everything until the next portal 100%, so on and so forth. You know, as soon as they get that key, they'd immediately sprint back and grab it and then keep moving, sort of thing. So this is why I'm saying I'm definitely not going for a speedrun run, I'm just playing for fun. But it's still interesting. I've watched some speedruns of these games, I think the originals and also the remakes, and it's very interesting to watch how people handle them. So you can see here in this flight level there's multiple ways you go. You just kind of start in the middle of everything, you know, the rings, the planes and everything, but, you know, it's always felt to me like it's kind of pointing you towards the rings first, and so I always go for the rings first. Because ideally the levels kind of lead you to sort of complete sets, each set one by one, whereas I think if you're going for, I think there's like optimal paths you can take. No. You know what, I'm going to go for the chest and then I'll come back for the 2 planes I'm missing. I don't know if this is a good idea because the chest may end me somewhere far away from the planes, but this is what we're doing. And I'm probably going to have to redo this now because I've made that choice. Come on, come on, we can do this. Plane. Oh, come on, come on. Yes, yes. Oh, that was lucky. That was lucky. But hey, did it in one go. I don't have to do it again. That's what I mean when I say I get annoyed. Even without the anxiety, I don't know, just something about those levels. They're not terrible gameplay mechanic. I get what they're trying to do and they can kind of be fun. I'm sure some people get enjoyment in trying to find like the most optimal path. I don't. I absolutely do not find any joy in trying to be like, oh yes, I want to get the most optimal path out of this. I'm just like, what am I doing? I'll see. We're kind of approaching the hour and a half mark, and I said between hour and a half to 2 hours I'll probably stop, so I'll see how I go. Ideally, I would like to finish World 3. I think if I can get through the first 3 worlds in one play, that'd be awesome. But, we'll see how we go. We'll see how I feel. If I'm getting towards the end of, you know, doing a few levels in this world, and I'm just like, no, that's it, I'm done. Not even because I'm getting annoyed at them, just more of a general sense of like, look, I think I'm good. I may end it here. Ah, well, alright, first death. First death, and you know what? I feel like almost every time I've played the game, I've done the exact same thing. Because I think I always do the same thing. I think I try and jump up and hit him. So I find those beasts kind of annoying because they kind of remind me of the dogs from the first boss fight, where you go to they kind of try and leap at you. They go down easier than the dogs because please tell. I was about to say, please tell me they took out one of them took out the other, and they did. Yeah, I had to get hit for it, but I don't care. That was cool. La-di-da. Hey, buddy. You're floating.
Oh, Spyro! You're not afraid of those big, noisy, gigantic, awful beasts, are you?
Of course not.
Oh, good. I didn't think so.
I'm annoyed by them, but I wouldn't say I'm scared of them. I always liked how these guys are having like their own little like fight. The ice and wind mages. Sorry, buddy. I need your health. I need your aura. Ooh. Ooh. That was some good dodging. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Well, that was just rude. The good thing about those green mages, they don't really attack you directly. At least I don't remember them attacking you directly. They just kind of remove the obstacles for you and you just kind of, once you defeat them, the obstacle's safe, so. Ooh. Too early. Fuck. I do that a lot too. I mistimed that. I thought he went a lot earlier than he did. It's alright. Thankfully, the game remembers everything you've collected, so it already knows, already know I've gotten everything over there, so I don't need to go back and try again. So now I can just safely wait. Ah yes, I remember this area. Oh. Oi, drop the platform. Thank you. Oh, Druid. I love your goggles, mate. I also... Did you lose your normal horn so you transform them into like 2 horns? That's cool. Yeah. Oh, you're coming down here. How about no? Alright, cool. Got some messages. Hang on one sec, let me just check what it is. Alright. Oh, right. You can die. Going down the stairs into this nasty hole. Fireworks. God, I used to get hit by those fireworks all the time when I was young. Ow! That was just rude. See ya. And that should have just auto given me the gem, so we should be fine. Hey, Xander.
Great work, Spyro. If you keep this up, you'll learn all the tricks of the magic crafter's world.
You better believe it. So here you can obviously fly back to the starting area if you feel you need to, but we don't need to do that. We aren't going to take the exit though, because we got stuff over here to grab. Don't you go in. He may have ran.
Remember that these blue thieves have stolen eggs outside the Magic Crafter's world as well.
Mate, I've already gotten like 5 or 6 eggs. I know. Yes, he's already ran though. Because in the cutscene I got close to him. I don't know where he stops. He'll run up to a certain point and then he'll stop and then he won't start running again. Until I reach him. So this guy, generally you cannot catch him until he does the jump at the end. Like even cutting the corners. But he slows down here and he hops off. So he didn't jump then. He didn't jump. Normally he's meant to jump. What the hell? Like you can kind of get close to him by cutting the corners, but I find you're never able to reach him until here because he slows down to make the jump. But of course, I missed him. So we may have to do this cycle a couple of times, guys. Oh, I might have been able to burn him there, actually. There we go, got him. Alright, I'm actually going to do the cycle one more time because I know there's a couple of chests I missed. And then we should just need to get the last final few gems in these explosive chests and we're good to go. Now, in both the original game and the remake, the amount of times I knocked myself off these platforms, I did not even light it. Especially that first platform, because that first platform's bigger, just slightly bigger than the other two, so I'll always think to myself, oh yeah, I can make these. Like, I can just stand near the edge and I'll be far enough away. And then I am absolutely not, and the explosion just sends me flying and knocks me off the edge. So, luckily you save the dragon right nearby, so you spawn like right next to it, but it's just always like, man. Yeah, all the enemies respawn. Ooh, sheep. Hang on, sheep, sheep. Alright, high caves. So this level, I don't know if it's really infamous with everyone else. I know I in particular found it very annoying when I was young. I'm fine with it now, but this is the one with the caves that have the metal spiders in it. So you can only kill them if you're either doing a supercharge or you get to like the end of those caves and a fairy kisses you and temporarily gives you super flame, and then you can destroy them. So I didn't know that when I was young, and it took me a while to figure out that I had to destroy them with the supercharge as well, and I always hated this level. Hated it with a passion. I don't hate it now, I just find it kind of annoying. But yeah, there's the spider. So he's obviously metal, you can't flame him. Oh, these guys as well. Always annoying. They send out, yeah, like tornadoes. And it's just annoying, because if you don't dodge them, like, I don't always know what the pathing is on them, and I'll get, like, taken out by them. Hey, no joke, I think that's one of the first times I've ever actually, like, flawlessly gone through and not been hit by one of the tornadoes at the start of this level. Like, no joke. Normally I'll take at least one hit because I'll try and charge up here quickly, be like impatient and try and charge straight up, and I'll just get smacked in the face by it. Thankfully there's sheep up here, but you know.
Please do something about these green druids. They insist on moving everything in sight.
Why can't you do something? You obviously know magic. You have magic stuff. Thanks, buddy. And that's stationize them. Stationize them. Buddy. I think I'm getting tired. I think I'm starting to get genuinely tired if I'm saying random stuff like that. Oh dearie me. Right. And now we're up to the no death part. Well, no death by falling part. I also don't mind them now, but when I was younger I also found those spiders very creepy looking.
When I become big and strong like you, I'll squash them all.
So that didn't help my feelings towards them.
Remember that supercharge makes you invincible.
Well, to a point. To a point. I wouldn't say it's like an absolute invincibility. But I'll show you in a minute because it's the best way to just kind of return here. But you can't actually die from falling in this area. Oh right, I forgot there was another bloody egg charger person. Completely forgot that was a thing here. Same thing though. The best time to get him is when he does that jump right at the end. May as well get some of these chests on the way. Gaia. Right, let me go back through calmly. So I can get all the gems. I always forget how many egg thieves are in this game. I can only exactly keep a count. Oh, I think I got everything on my last run through. Oh. But they stop after a certain point. I forget which world it is. I think it's after like the 4th or the 5th world. I think it might be the 4th. But yeah, see, in this area, I think because this area requires a lot of supercharge jumping, and they just know that people are probably going to fall off a lot because of it, they don't let you fall and die in this area, because I think they'll just like, look, people are probably going to fall a lot. You Little bastard. Got it. People are probably going to fall a lot in this area, so like, we'll just throw you a bone. Plus, the way the whole level was designed is there's multiple areas, like this area I'm in now, where you jump to, and there's literally no way to get back. So they're like, well, in that case, just jump off and we'll take you back up here. I wasn't really paying attention, but I feel like there might have been a dragon that if you speak to, he says like, oh yeah, they'll like, you can't fall here, they'll catch you basically, just so you're like aware. And look, to be honest, you'd find it out yourself if you accidentally fell.
Try combining your
They'd grab
supercharge
you.
with jumping and gliding, and really explore the high caves.
Yes, sir. I'm just gonna fall. Because it's also a shortcut, you generally need to get back up to this area anyway. Okay, I think that's everything in these caves areas. I think now it is literally starting to explore the caves that the big spiders are in. So this is the slightly... Okay. Alright, so in these, the spiders don't like cross where they go, so like these squares and these areas now where I've cleared that spider, I'm good. I'm not going to get hit. I do have to use the supercharge again because I think the super flame you get is to hit this spider's too far away, so I'm going to have to specifically use the supercharge again to go down and try and get him. But then after that, I can go the other direction. And when you get to the end of that cave, you can you gotta try and get to the end. There we go. But if you get to the end successfully, you get the fairy. Yeah, okay, because I spotted this on the way through. And the fairy will give me a super flame that I can then use to take out the rest of the spiders. So yeah, but you can't supercharge here because you can't supercharge and jump up here. But the spider here sits in the corner. And what you literally need to do is kill him and get up here. Because as soon as you jump up, so the spiders in these caves don't just kind of randomly patrol like the other ones do. They sit in a corner, and the second they detect you, they come charging at you. You just need to go through quickly until you hit the beautiful fairy here, who gives you a smooch. And now, for a short period of time, I have Super Flame, which enables me to kill them. And 100% complete. And because I'm nowhere near the exit, I'm just going to exit a level. But there we go. So that wasn't too difficult or hard, but as a child, my goodness, I hated that level. I found it so hard. I think it is still one of the slightly more annoying ones. Like, I think the community and Spyro players in general do find that level a bit annoying. But yeah, I just always remember being quite annoyed by it, and then I think my hatred towards the level just kind of stuck with me until I was an adult. So even though I can do it now fairly easily, I just have a bad taste in my mouth about this level and this world. About that level in particular, and just whenever I play it, I'm always just kind of default like, oh my god, not again. Even though, again, as you saw, it might take a little bit, okay, this level is annoying. This level's annoying because it has a lot of magic users. There's a lot of enemies. There's not a lot of... There are... it's not a boss level, so there's definitely fodder around. There's definitely fodder around you can use, but they're hidden in specific spots. They're not just kind of littered around the level, so if you do get hit, it's a bit harder and riskier to figure out where to go. Is this where I climbed to get over there? No, it's something. But... Ow! See what I mean? And there's no fodder around here for me to get. Okay! That was just my own stupid fault. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Okay, so see, now I don't have sparks, which means not only if I get hit once am I going to die,
This is my favorite
but...
supercharged spot. Use it to bash those wizards.
That's right, there's some sheep up ahead, I know that, but also, Sparks does the auto pickup of your gems. So if you don't have Sparks, you will not auto pick up gems. Alright, cool. I think I actually need to go back to the start of the level to get some of the collectibles in this area, but we'll just leave that for now. Oh my goodness, it's like a conglomerate of wizards. No! Okay. Yep, I could tell as soon as I jumped and didn't start gliding, I was like, hang on a second, you need to glide to, E. You need to glide to get here, otherwise you just go on. You can hear. So that, I think, I could be wrong, I think that's the only thief in the whole game who doesn't run from you. He just stands there and goes, nah, 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 and doesn't do anything else. Which I always found interesting. Ow! That hurt. So you can sort of see, like what I was saying, there's not a lot of sheep in this level. They're around, but they're not really there regularly. So you kind of need to, be a bit tactical. Sorry, I just need to kill these guys to get the gems. You kind of need to be a bit more tactful in this level. In where you go, how you play it. Wow. Hey look, there's a sheep. Ah, nice. So you'll notice sometimes I'll get an extra life from it, so I don't know if there's something that causes them to spawn more specifically, if it's based on how many times you've gotten fodder, but every now and then, if you pay attention, the butterflies that spawn from the fodder normally are like a gold color, but every now and then a blue one will spawn, and that one not only refills spark to max, so it doesn't actually matter how much health you have at the time, it'll always fill you up to max, but may as well do this area while I'm here. I am going to have to backtrack a lot because the areas I need to jump to and glide to get to a lot of the other secret areas are all at the start. Oh, okay. Well, that was just well done, Daniel. For all at like the start of the level, I have missed them, and oh, thanks for that. And to be fair, I think this is something I do every single time I play this level. I always forget where the areas I need to glide to at the start are.
There's a secret area in the artisan's home world near the waterfall. Try jumping on the stones there.
Okay, so see, that is how you unlock the flight level
Sounds good.
in the first hub world, like they said, the artisans level. So if you've gotten to this point and you haven't found that, that's the game basically throwing you a bone and saying, oh hey, did you know there's a secret here? Which again, I've said it like a million times, I'll say it a million times more. I just think it's cool. I think it's very clever how they do that. There's something over there, but I think... Can't I go... I may die here, yep. Right idea, wrong place to do it. Alright, so yeah. It's alright, I'll respawn because I ran past a dragon. The dragon pedestals are like your checkpoints. So anytime you die, they respawn you there. Right idea, wrong place to do it. So I know it's back here, which I should probably really do this at the start every time, but every time without fail, I forget this is where I go to this back area, and I'll always do the rest of the level, and then have to come back to the start. I could save so much time in this level if I just did this first. But whatever. And you know what I remember? It's here. This is what I was thinking of. That's how you get this guy, these chests. Not from the little bridge, because clearly you're not high enough from there. And then I just gotta go back and jump back out. See, I'm remembering it all. And to be fair, this is what's gonna happen a lot as well. There are certain levels I'll just do, especially in the early stages of I think all the games, that I'll just smash out so quick and be like, I know exactly what I'm doing. And then later levels where I'll just suddenly be like, hang on, even though I've played this, you know, pretty much as much as those opening levels, I'm forgetting where things are. So, it's fine, guys. Like I said, we're not going for the speedrun record, and never will. It's right, we'll definitely finish this world tonight, because I'm, nothing around here. Because after this level, the only thing I need to do left is beat the boss. So we'll, done. So we'll definitely, we'll go do the boss now. We'll travel to the next world, which I think is like the swamp. The swampy looking area. And that area definitely has some kind of annoying levels, but we'll go to that one. Yeah. And then I think that'll be it. Really? They shot me through the portal. They shot me through the portal. That's just unfair. But yeah, I think after this we'll call it here. This has been a great stream. Not only has it just been a nice, you know, decent length one. My streams are usually between an hour and a half, so it's nice to get one in from time to time that's almost 2 hours. And because I get to start earlier, I'm not finishing as late. I'll be able to chill, watch a bit of TV for a little bit before I just head straight off to bed. But yeah, it's just... it's been nice. It's also nice to be playing a casual game. Like, I love getting my platinum and all that, trust me, but it's nice to once in a while play a game that doesn't require that, like, I'm not trying to get a platinum in, I'm just playing for my own fun, for my own enjoyment. What is it here? 401. One drag. Well, I don't know why I asked how many, I don't know why I was surprised. These levels, I think, always only have one dragon to get in them. Always. At least I'm pretty sure it's always one dragon in the boss levels. It's just how many gems you're after. But yeah, it's nice. Like, I love doing all my platinum stuff, do not get me wrong, but it is nice to play from time to time games where not only do I just know them really well that I can get through them pretty quickly, but games where I'm not having to have a guide open, I'm not kind of sitting there trying to read things, being like, oh man, am I going to miss something? It's just, hey, I'm playing this game and I'm beating it.
Thanks for releasing me, Spyro. You have no idea how long I've been trapped in Crystal.
Interesting thing to note,
Neither do
and
I.
again, I could be wrong in this,
Who
but
are you again?
I think this is the only boss level
I'm outta
where
here.
one, you rescue the dragon before the after the boss. Every other level, you'll rescue the dragon, the one dragon, before you face the boss, and the boss will usually give you a hint, and the dragon will usually give you a hint on how to beat the boss. Whereas Blowhard in this level, you fight him 3 different times. I think it's 3 in total. But you face him the first time, as we already saw. I didn't mention it at the time, but I've already hit him once and faced him once, even before I got to the first dragon. So I think he's the only boss where you kind of need to figure out what you're doing yourself, without any kind of hint, which, I mean, to be fair, he's very easy. You just burn him with fire before he has a chance to hit you. But he's the only boss. He's the only boss that you have that you encounter before you get the dragon, and as a result, the dragon doesn't give you a hint how to defeat him because it doesn't need to. You've already fought him. You know, you've already hit him once. You have to progress to that point. I could be wrong in that fact, but I'm pretty sure, yeah. Because the last 2 bosses, we always found the dragon first. And I'm pretty sure, I know Metalhead, which is the next box, you definitely do. Jux, which is the one from the 5th world, you definitely do. Yeah, I think every boss, the only exception is Nasty Nork. I don't think you even free a dragon in Nork's level, it's just purely the fight against him. Every other level, outside of him,
Thank you, Spyro.
you always get the dragon first, and they give you a hint. Beastmakers, that's what it's called. Alright, man, I ramble on a bit. Sorry about that, but yeah, we'll arrive in Beastmaker's world, and for those of you who have never played the game, I won't go running ahead, but I'll at least kind of look around so you get a look at the world. But we're going to end it here. We've hit. Once I edit out sort of the intro outro, it's going to be a little bit less, but we've hit pretty much almost 2 hours, at least 1 hour 50, which is great. A nice long stream, and damn, we did good in here. We beat the first 3 levels, and I think it's the fastest I've ever done. So, excuse me. I think that's the fastest I've ever beaten these levels. So thanks so much for watching. As you can see, this next world we're in is kind of a swampy thing. I didn't like that chicken just hollering at me. I'll do the YouTube outro here. Thank you so much everyone for watching on YouTube. The next streams that'll probably be uploaded will be Robocop, because that'll still be my primary focus, trying to finish that off. But thanks so much for joining you, and I look forward to seeing you, or for you watching my next one. Take care. Bye-bye.